Hello Seekers and bienvenidos to another pick a card reading. My name is Kim and for today's reading we are going to be receiving messages from your spirit guides, your most loyal and trusted advisors and friends, and of course your number one supporters. So lately I've been getting the message that less is more, and okay, I'm listening. So for today's reading we're just simply going to be looking at tarot and oracle cards to get the messages for you. No charms, no pendulum for today, just old-fashioned tarot cards. Oh, and I would like to present to you guys Kiddo over here, the little turtle. He is my mom's latest creation in terms of crochet. I promised that I would show off her artistic abilities in terms of crochet. So here he is, little Kiddo. I hope he brings you some happiness, a smile for this reading for today because I find him extremely adorable. So little Kiddo's gonna be watching over this reading for today. So we have 4 groups to choose from. We have group number 1 here. I'll be honest with you, I don't remember what this crystal is called, but here it is. Crystal for group number 1. Then we have group number 2 here, green jade. Group number 3, which is, what do you call this one? Oh, lapis lazuli. Yes, group number 3. And then we have group number 4, the clear quartz. Okay? So please pause the video if you need to. Take the time to meditate, relax, breathe on it, and whatever group or crystal here calls out to you, then that will be your group. And I will see you in a bit with your reading. Let's get to it. Hello Seekers who chose group number 1. So to begin your reading, I am first going to deliver an intuitive message, what I felt when I was connecting with the energy of group 1. And the first thing I felt was a lot of sensations and energy occurring on my left side of the body. Now, the left side of the body, I personally related to divine feminine energy, which has to do with receptivity, allowing oneself to receive. It also has to do with being emotionally vulnerable, being open, being compassionate and empathic. It's very intuitive as well. So I also felt a lot of whispering on my left ear. Like I felt someone standing there whispering to me. It did not feel creepy at all. It just was the sensation of if somebody was talking to me constantly. It felt like constant talking. So it's this message that I feel your guides are trying to reach you. They have an important message to give you. They're constantly around you. I just felt this energy of being surrounded by guides all the time. So it's this message of being protected, of being looked after, that you're not alone, that you are loved, that you are cared for. And again, your guides I felt what a very strong feminine energy, a very motherly energy. Maybe you do have a mother figure that has passed and is now in the spiritual realm, and she is looking after you, and this is just confirmation. I also saw a lot of white just passing by, like floating around, and for some reason I saw this as energy of children. So it's a very sweet and playful energy felt around me. So your guides might be just very sweet and playful spirit guides. So the message of listen, because there's constant messages coming through, came up. And let's see what else. I also felt this sadness at the beginning that I needed to really ground and release that before connecting further into the energy. And by the end of connecting, when I began shuffling the cards, I felt that sadness again. It didn't come very strong. It felt more melancholic, but that's what I felt intuitively. Now this stone, like I said, I don't remember the name of this stone, but it just reminds me of joy and creation, because it does come off as the color red and orangey, and these colors, I just relate them to creativity and creation and just joy, just being spunky. That's what I'm getting here. Okay, so now let's begin with the tarot cards, which will give us a general energy of this reading. Okay, let's put that over here. So 2 tarot cards fell out for this one, and I accepted them because if Spirit wants to talk, then we're gonna let Spirit talk. Ooh, so the 7 of Bows. Okay, this card speaks of clearance. Okay, so I'm sensing that at this moment, your spirit guides are asking you to... You know what I just thought of? Spring cleaning. We are in spring cleaning, right? Like, even in your home, maybe it's time to clear out of things that no longer serve you. Because we see how we have this bow being represented here, but see how the bow is all worn out? You see the string is worn out. It's no longer useful. And we see these staffs being presented here. So these staffs are the potential for a new bow. So it's releasing the old and kind of looking around to see what you have within your reach now that you can create something new with. Okay, I don't know why I'm seeing it as literal. Maybe it's time to clean up your space. Sometimes I'm getting this, like, if you're feeling a bit like stuck energetically, like you're not feeling very creative, because I did feel this creative energy here, and you're mostly a person who likes to create stuff, because we do see fire being represented here. It's to get that fiery and passionate and creative energy, and you don't have that spunk that I was feeling. Then maybe sometimes even our environment can really pull us down. So look around at your environment, and if you just looking around your environment doesn't motivate you at all, then maybe it's time to just clean up. Start looking at things that you don't no longer need or haven't used for quite a while, and you're not going to use within the next weeks or the next months, and clear that out. Let it go. And that's also very therapeutic, because it's allowing yourself to let go of things and to understand that there's no loss in that, because it was once as you make space by letting go of something that you were no longer in need of, that you no longer use, that is no longer helping you or bringing you joy, then you make space for new to come in, for things that can bring you joy in your now. Because we as people, as individuals, we change as life progresses, and so what once brought us joy may no longer bring us joy anymore. So it's time for us to explore what can bring us joy anymore, what can help us evolve, what can we create, what new bow can we create with the new things that will be arriving in our life. Or maybe look at your things now and see, I'm seeing as I don't know why I'm taking this very literal, but I'm seeing it as DIY as well. If you're spending a lot of time at home right now, and you just like wondering what can you do, then just look around and see what can you reshape. Like, use your creativity. It's time to explore that creative side of yourself. This can also be in terms of relationships, or also thoughts and mentality. Or habits, right? Routines or habits that are no longer serving you. That are keeping you kind of in this standstill. If you're doing the same thing every day and you don't feel that good, it's not bringing you that spunk, it's not sparking your fire, then maybe change things up a bit. Yeah, I'm also getting go outside, go outdoors. Ooh, I barely noticed we have these smoke here in the background. This I see it as the breath of life. It comes out in another card in this deck, and it for me it represents guidance. So I'm sensing now that go outside, take a walk outside, spend some time outside, and there will be a message out there. Something will come as a revelation to your message, a synchronicity, something of that sort that maybe will ignite that spark within you, something creative. So that's what I'm sensing here with this 7 of Bows. I took this very literal. I don't have more in-depth message with this, but that's what I'm getting here. But let's look at the other card. Okay, we have the Wanderer, 0. Okay, so 0 is a number of infinite potential to me. It's not number 1. Number 1 means new beginnings. 0 is the best number because you're not even stepping into that new beginning yet. So it's that feeling of the world is your oyster. You're that child again. There's no limit here. Anything is possible. See how this figure here, he's not even represented, I'm saying he, but this figure here is not even represented as male or female. It's undefined. There's no label. There's absolutely no label, no baggage on this person. This person feels like Peter Pan to me, completely free. And see how there's this rainbow, and this person is just leaping in faith to go to the other side. And we see here on this other side, what's waiting is the woods, which is the journey, one's spiritual journey, or one's life journey. Now, this rainbow that I was speaking of, this rainbow is this person's hope and faith and imagination, especially imagination. So what I'm getting here is explore your creativity, use your imagination. Maybe that's why I was feeling it was very literal. Like, seriously, look around your home, see what can you DIY, what you can do it yourself projects, something that you can recreate. Maybe that's why we have kiddo here. Explore maybe knitting, crocheting, doing something that at the end might not be the most beautiful or perfect result, but it will bring you some joy. It might bring the people around you joy. It's like this joyful energy. It's going back to that innocent stage of, creating fortresses, pillow fights or pillow fortresses with the blankets and stuff. Playing tea time. I don't know, like painting, finger painting. If you're a mother with children, father with children, or if you have younger siblings, explore that creativity with them. Use your imagination, have fun, and you literally fall and go to this world of wonder. It's like entering Neverland here. So allow yourself to be free and creative. I think this, they're telling me this is the time now to do so, because you have all the time, you have all the freedom and the space to be this free-spirited child all over again, and remember that side of yourself. And from there, something great will come. It's like this what I was feeling, like a message. Something greater will come from this. That's what I'm feeling. I'm getting is it called elation? Like hopeful energy. Like, yes, something big will come out of this, because again, we have the zero. We have that infinite potential. It's quite beautiful. I'm not expressing it that well, but it's quite beautiful because it's going back to that innocent energy. And quite joyful. Like, they just want you to have a good time and use your imagination. Because the world of imagination, it's wonderful. It's infinite. You create your world. And that's pretty much what manifestation is. That's creating your world, is realizing that you are a creator. And going back to that childlike essence is reminding yourself of your power. That's what it is. And with these bows being here, it talks again about creation, clearing out, yes, but you're creating new along the process. But now let's look at more oracle cards to get further clarification. Now this one came out horizontal, so that's how I will take it. Okay, so potential and horizontal. The potential card is pretty self-explanatory for me. It speaks, it speaks again of that infinite potential that we were just talking about. It's planting the seed. Now I see this seed as the seed of imagination. Goodness, you guys, when it comes to manifestation, if you want to manifest something, if you want to manifest the life that you want to live for the rest of your life, imagination is the seed. It truly is. And just going at it, feeling into that fun again and that childlike wonder. It's like the best seed that you can plant now for your future, because it's innocent, it's pure, and it's magical. And that's what I see here with the potential. And it's beautiful that it's coming horizontal, because when cards come out like this, that's what I see as the foundation, as the base. So we have this energy as the foundation and the base, and then we have it as the seed, which we know that the seed is the foundation and the base of any tree, of any plant, right? It's the essence. And it's pretty much telling you, this is your base, this is your foundation, this potential, this imagination, what you do now. And it doesn't have to be something big. It could be a creation like little kiddo over here. That's all it is. And this can, it's that ripple effect. a simple, beautiful thing like this that brings joys and giggles and fun creates a ripple effect for like later on. That's what you will be feeling later on in your life, and it would just create more and wonderful and beautiful things. And that's what I'm seeing with the root here. And with this sun being represented in the background here, that's like success. That again reminds me of that joy, reminds me of this fire, that creativity. And we do see this little sprout being presented here, so it's something growing. But right here it's telling you, use this as your base. Use your time now. Use it. If you're given so much free time, it's not wasteful. It's for a purpose. So use it to your delight. That's what I'm getting here. Now let's look at the other cards. We have fire and we have abundance. Okay, so fire. We had fire being represented here. It's again sparking your flame. It's that creativity. It's that fun. It's that joy. It's warmth. I'm taking it so literal. If you have the space to do so in your backyard or somewhere, create a campfire, a bonfire, roast marshmallows, or what do you call them, s'mores. I'm sensing very motherly energy here. I'm just thinking about mothers with their children or fathers with their children. If you are a mother, if you are a father, spend time with your children and be a child with them. Yeah. Stories around the campfire. Yeah, camp outside under the stars. Yeah, express that childlike wonder within yourself and also share it with your children. Encourage them to live in that childlike wonder because it's so pure and it's so beautiful. And like, look, we have abundance coming here. So we have that seed that's been planted. It's like what you plant now will grow into this abundance later. See, it's this seed sprouting into a tree or these flowers. And then later on in your life, you will collect all of these flowers. And you know what I'm seeing them as? I'm seeing them as memories. So I'm taking it very literal, like I said. I feel it's creating memories now. It's using your time now to create beautiful memories that then you can look back in the future. It's stories. And it's beautiful thoughts as well, because when you create these beautiful experiences, they help you in your mentality. They help you obtain more beautiful thoughts. They help you expand your imagination. And like I said, imagination is a very powerful tool in terms of manifestation, because it's like a muscle, the imagination. And so if you can imagine something like, you can imagine what you can create with this, like a simple stick, turn it into a bow, then you start exercising that muscle. And then can you imagine what then the things that you can imagine to create your whole entire life? You can then just imagine it into creation. You can then imagine this entire abundance and it will come to you. Because it's here for you. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. I'm just sensing that your guides really want you to explore that childlike wonder again. Spend time with your family, with your loved ones. Enjoy them to the fullest. Every little moment. And it will be such a beautiful memory that you will carry with you. Because that's all we end up carrying at the end of the day. It's the memories we live with the people we love. That's what I'm getting here. Now I ask for this one card to give me just a hopeful message, a direct message from your spirit guides. Let's see. Well, we have the lilies. I don't usually read it by the book or the card here, but look what it says. The lilies forecast a happy life. A happy life. I'm not getting here the family sorrow, because that has to do with other cards that are surrounded around it. So all I'm getting here is a happy life. And there's such like happy energy here. And then we have 7 again being represented here. Now the 7 for me is a very spiritual number, but again, it's a very lucky number, right? The 777. So it just reminds me of this abundance. And I'm getting such, lilies remind me of such pure and sweet energy. It's like the type of flowers one would put, well, I would put on like the center of the family home, because it just brings such a light and beautiful energy. And we have like this pink color being represented in the background here, which is again reminds me of kindness and innocence, which is what I'm getting here. So again, it's coming to that innocence, to that playfulness, exploring your creativity. And as soon as you allow that, then that spark, if it hasn't been ignited, will start igniting, and the flame will grow higher and bigger, and it will bring not only some happiness to you, but like a campfire, it brings warmth to everyone that surrounds the fire. So you're being represented as this fire here, and I feel you are a very creative individual, but maybe you haven't been able to explore it lately, and they're telling you now's your time. Go at it, go have fun, do it, and you will bring such warmth to all those around you. And abundance is here for you. And while with all this green being represented here, just reminds you of the heart chakra. So it's opening your heart space. It's just being you, your authentic you. You can be silly, go have fun, make jokes, create forts, make weird shaped pancakes or something. Yeah, have fun with your children. That's all I'm getting here with this group. Yeah. I hope this message resonated. I hope it brought you some clarity. Yeah, if you enjoyed the reading or if you resonated with it, then please do like or comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings, then please do subscribe. Thank you so much for watching. And until the next moment. Oh, I do offer personal readings. If you're interested, all the information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for watching, and until the next moment. Hello seekers who chose group number 2, the green jade. So I will first begin with an intuitive message, what I was feeling when I was connecting with this group. And the first thing that I felt was grounding. So I was envisioning myself grounding, but it was very easy to ground with this group. And I just, in my mind's eye, I just envisioned a lot of roots connecting with a lot of trees, and it brought such joy and happiness within me, knowing that I was connected with all that is, especially with nature. So it's connecting with nature, it's realizing that we are all connected truly, and that we are all one, and it brings about such pure and unconditional love. It's just like this sense of utter happiness that I was feeling. And that's all I felt and was envisioned for this group. Now the green jade, the green color represents heart chakra to me, and the heart chakra has to do with unconditional love. It's being authentic, it's being open and receptive. Oh my god, I just saw a happy face here. And it's like a happiness, it's being happy, and loving and joyful. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. That's all I'm getting here intuitively. Now, we're going to be looking at a tarot card just to get the general energy for this message, and then we're going to be looking at oracle cards for clarifiers. Okay, so one card fell out for this group, and that is Two of Arrows and Justice in reverse. Okay, so what I'm getting here is, when we have this Two of Arrows, which if you're familiar with traditional tarot, this is the Two of Swords. When we have this one upright, what I see it as is a complete opposite of what I was feeling here with the green jade. This is blockage. This is closing yourself off. See how this woman has these two arrows over her heart. Now, arrows for me, I see them here as intentions, as what you send out, your manifestations, right? It's what you use to reach your goal or your target. But see that she's using this tool here to cover her heart as a defense mechanism. And when we set intentions, when we truly desire something, when we want something purely, it comes from our heart. But she's blocking it. So it's not allowing oneself even to be open and genuine with oneself to really discover what the self wants at this moment, to then send that intention out into the universe to then receive it. And it's again not being receptive, right? It's not allowing oneself to receive because you're having your heart closed. And now we see her as stomping or standing on this bow. Now I see the bow as determination, purpose, and focus, because it's what is used to focus the arrow, to hit at the target, to hit at the goal. So all the necessary tools that are needed to, let's say, manifest something or reach a goal or make a dream come true, this woman is using it to shield herself and kind of prevent herself from moving forward. So, and then we even have her blindfolded here. So it's not seeing what is around her. It's not seeing truly the tools that she has, and that she has all the tools needed to reach for her dreams, reach for her goals. It's this illusion of being powerless. Now I'm talking so much about this upright because what I see in reverse is you coming out of that. If you have been feeling in this space where you feel powerless, where you feel insecure, or you just don't see a potential for the future or a bright outcome, and you've been sitting in this energy for quite some time, or you haven't been seeing any progress in your life. I'm seeing this with the scales here being balanced out, and I want you to see that this itself is even an illusion, because we're seeing here that this feather weighs the same as this coins, which is a complete illusion. And I'm seeing feathers here as thought energy, mental energy. So when we see that this is weighing the same as these coins, I'm seeing that your thoughts are weighing pretty heavy on you, or have been weighing pretty heavy on you. And maybe these thoughts are those whispers I'm seeing as like something whispering in her ear, are whispers of mentality that keep you stuck in this place, in this energy of feeling powerless, of feeling like you can't move forward, like you can't be the leader of your life, or you don't have the power to steer the wheel in the direction that you want it to go. This is feeling like, I feel this as truly believing in falling into a complete and utter blind faith in karma, fate, and destiny. So when we just believe in that, we fall into that blind faith here. It's saying that we have no control, that what happens to us is happening to us. So it's this idea of being punished, or this idea that we're going through this because it's part of our karma, because we have to go through this pain, because we have to go through this suffering. If we're not successful, we don't feel successful, or things are not working out for us, it's because maybe we did something in a past life, and it's karma now serving itself, and it's a form of punishment for us. That's what I'm feeling here. And when we believe in that, when we fall into this blind faith, then it's giving our power away. And this is just telling you now, like your guides in the universe are telling you, there's no such thing. There's no punishment. It's like, why would we punish you? Look, we're giving you all the tools necessary. You yourself are the potential, or the infinite potential. You have all that you need to create the life that you want, to hit at your target. You have it with you now. And if it's people telling you otherwise, now I feel you really coming out of that. Like your spirit guides are wanting to turn this mentality around, telling you, no, there's no such thing as punishment. I don't know, I see this as the universe, especially here we have the green man being represented here. The green man comes out in this deck and he is the emperor. But I see the green man as divine masculine energy, and I usually see him as a higher source or a higher self. And he's the one who helps you to manifest your dreams, gives you your manifestation and your dreams, is there to help you. And that's what I see him being represented as your higher self. And it's telling you that they're here to help you. As long, like, you just need to say the word. You just need to trust that there is help around you and that the universe is working for you, not against you. But in order to be able to help you, you have to be receptive to that energy. You need to allow yourself to be helped. Fall rather into this belief that you are deserving, that you are worthy, that you are enough and even more, and that you do have the steering wheel. You are not a passenger. You're the driver. You're the captain of your ship. And you're giving these arrows and bows because you know how to use it. It's instinctive in you. It's innate in you. You know how to be a leader because you are. And with the blue being represented here, that reminds me of throat chakra. So it's speaking your voice. It's time to speak your voice, to allow yourself to be heard. Because these voices, be it in your mind or be it from people around you, they're illusions. They're not the truth. The truth is you. Your existence is the truth. You existing is proof that you are valuable, because energy is never wasted. So you are here because you are purposeful, because you are meaningful, because you're a wonderful being that will help create even more wonder in this world. And it's simply by you existing. And the universe wants you to know that. They want you to remember and to fall into that knowing, and take your bow, take your arrow, and stand on this rock and lead, be the leader of your life. And if these voices keep talking, if it's people, let them talk. But don't allow them to rule you anymore, and you will not allow them to rule you anymore. Not anymore. Because there's the truth that's louder and deeper existing within you, and that is that you are the creator of your life, that you are valuable, that you are worth it, and whatever dream or desire you have, it's worth it to pursue it. So in reverse here, I see this woman taking off that blindfold, getting her bow, getting her arrows, and standing. Standing over the rock and then going on forward, stepping over it. And then what I see is that these thoughts will slowly, I'm not saying that your mind, if it's a mentality, if it's that inner voice, that little inner voice that speaks too much sometimes, and we can't make it shut up. It won't go away just like that, because it's a stream of consciousness. We all have it, but it will start getting quieter. And it's not because it will get quieter, it's because your voice, your truth, this voice that's waiting to speak out will get louder. And that's your power. It will get louder. And so these thoughts, these negative thinking, this low self-worth thinking, that voice will get quieter. It will just get quieter. You'll shut it up with your own powerful voice. And so this weight will change, right? Because that mentality will become lighter, light as the feather, and the scales will shift. And when the scales shift, you see this money, I see it as abundance, then that's when the abundance will come in. Now, it could be financial abundance. So it's like as soon as you come back into that knowing, to that power, and just believing in yourself, speaking your voice, ignoring these voices. And even if you can ignore them, it's just saying that, you know what, okay, you can talk whatever it is that you want to talk, but I'm gonna go at it anyways. I'm gonna go forth with what I believe in. And you go forth, you stand on this rock, and you ground yourself on what you believe in, you go forth with it. Then if it's a project, a creative project, or anything, a new business, a new venture, then this is saying that will be successful with this money coming in, that will be successful. Or it can be abundance emotionally, it can be abundance in your health, or your mental health, or your physical health. Whatever it is that you want it to be, it will be. That's what I'm getting here. Now let me get more clarifiers with the oracle cards. We have worker, okay. We have hope. We have the mystery card in reverse, and we have the divine. So let me begin with the divine. So the divine, when upright, reminds me of source, the universe, your guides, your higher self, God, whoever it is that you relate to or connect to. But for this specific reading, I'm seeing it as faith, especially because it comes out in reverse. I'm seeing that your faith has been put upside down for quite some time. And I see that it's again has to do, or it's linked with this mentality of punishment. That if life has not been working accordingly to how you want it to be, or you feel that life is working against you, that has brought your faith upside down. But what your guides are telling me here, especially because the worker card comes out parallel to the divine here, this is telling me the universe is actually working not only for you, but is working with you. It's not working against you, they're working with you. But in order to work with you, they need your permission. Because the universe doesn't go against your will. The universe respects free will. So when one is blocked, not blocked. When one closes themselves, right? It can be in terms of fear. It can be when one's faith, belief, or hope is turned upside down. We close our hearts, right? Because sometimes hoping can hurt so much if we expect or that it might not come out as we hope, right? Hoping can just be painful, especially if we had like bad experiences in the past. It just can be painful to one. So then we close off our heart, right? It's like when one has gone through a bad relationship and they just don't want to experience the pain anymore. So what one does is for survival, instinctively, we close off our hearts to protect ourselves. This is an illusion of protection. But as you can see, okay, well, she's well protected, but at the same time, she's causing herself to stay in this place, to not move forward. So when we close ourselves off, then we do not allow ourselves to open to the possibilities. we do not allow ourselves to be helped, for help to come in. Because help can come in, but again, if we're closed off or we're guarded, then we do not accept the help. And this is letting you know that there is help on its way. The universe wants to work with you. They want to work with you. They want to help you create your dreams, make your dreams come true. They want to help you get out of this space. And like I said, in reverse, I feel that you will be coming out of this. If it has been a mentality, if you've been feeling down, if it's been people around you who have been bringing you down, this is coming to an end. This is coming to an end, and abundance is coming in for you. Now, I'm seeing abundance here as hope, because we do have hope being represented here. This is just self-explanatory. It means hope is reaching for the sun. It's realizing you have wings and flying. And with the mystery card here, when upright, this speaks to me again of illusions. It's the same thing. We have this tree that's supposedly rooted and grounded, but it's on this canoe that's floating on this water. It's a complete illusion, and it's covering the truth. Now, I say truth because we have the moon in the background. The moon for me represent the subconscious. It deals with either your deepest fears or your deepest truth. And this here is a distraction. It's this idea of stability, of protection. Like we see here with the 2 of arrows, is this idea of being stable, of being grounded, of being protected, of being okay. When in reality, no, we're not okay. We're not grounded. This is not grounded here. But you know what's beautiful about this, especially because it came out in reverse? Since this tree is not grounded, this illusion is not really grounded on anything real, anything solid, anything true, then this canoe can drift away, can move out of the way. And in reverse is telling me it will. So if this is a thought form, because thought forms, they're seeds that are planted, can be by some trigger, by anything. It's planted, it's a seed. And then when we feed it by believing that it's true, or with our own emotions, with our fear, that's how we feed it. And then that seed starts growing. And that's what I see here, like this thought form that has grown, right? And really has covered. And I'm seeing full moon here is also manifestation in dreams. So this has really covered your dreams. It's like it has kept you in fear for far too long. But you know what? Screw this damn tree, because it's moving away. It's finally moving away. Like the winds of the universe, like your guides are blowing this away, out of your way finally, so that you can remember your dreams. You can see your truth. So if there has been unclarity, fogginess, not knowing where you're going, where you're at, what you want, that's coming to an end. This voice inside your head that you feel has been winning for a long time and hasn't allowed you to move out of your space because of the fear, that voice is going to get quieter. And you know why? Because there's this hope coming through. Hope is coming through. It's like the silver lining. And I'm just seeing the worker here. I just heard it's gonna work out in your favor. And if this has to do, I'm just seeing it now as something in terms to justice or law, I'm seeing that it will work out in your favor. And with the divine, help is coming. Help is coming. I'm seeing this as, it can be in terms of a person coming in. Maybe some form of therapy in any way. It's coming and it's working on this. It will be worked out. And it will be worked out in your favor. And this cloudiness, this fogginess, this feeling of being stuck and in this illusion, it's coming to an end. It's coming to an end. You won't be here in this space any longer. You will find the light. You will find the way. And I see this like as a switch in mentality. And please don't get frustrated. I'm having a hard time with this one, but please don't get frustrated if you struggle with that, with your thinking, with your thought process. Because healing, changing, even changing a routine takes time. So during this time, be gentle and compassionate with yourself. I sense that you might believe in guides. Maybe there is a time where you stopped believing, you stopped having faith, but you had faith once. Because you are here in this pick a card reading about messages from your guides, so you do have that faith, because the divine did come up here. It came out in reverse, but the energy is here. So your guides are around you. They're with you always, but they're just waiting for you to acknowledge them. They're waiting for you to let them in, to move these arrows out of the way and let them in. And once you do, they'll be like, let's work on this. Let's work on this. Tell us what you need us to work on with you, and we will. We'll get you there. Though they're like this bird as well. They'll put you on here and they'll take you where you want to go. They want to help you out. They want to help you out. They're here out looking for you, working for you. They'll work day and night for you, because for them there's no time. Time is an illusion as well. So let them in. I pulled one last card, and I asked this to be a hopeful message, a direct message from your spirit guides. We have the key. So I don't read it as it's interpreted here. I put my own interpretation. The key, I'm seeing it literally as the key. It's that door, opening your door. It's the key. It could be the key to your heart, opening your heart. Or the key for a new opportunity. It's finding, I'm like seeing the key as a silver lining, even with like this golden yellow light here, which reminds me of sun energy. It's like this silver lining. Feel someone is going to come in and help you, but in order for that help to be given to you, you need to trust. You need to allow yourself to receive it, and that will be the key to get you out of this. Like, I see this as the key to your future. This is hope for me. It just reminds me of hope. It's having that hope. Like, that hope is coming in. Because your faith is not gone. Your faith is still here. And your spirit guides, the universe, God has not abandoned you. They're looking out for you. And they're ready. They're here ready to give you this key to your success, to give you this key to your future, to your new life, to the life that you deserve, because you deserve the most beautiful and wonderful life. They're not here to punish you, because that's not what this life and this journey is about. Now, number 4 for me represents stability. It's again a foundation, but a real and stable foundation, no longer this illusion. 4 also reminds me of protection, so you are protected, you are being looked after. It's again that grounding energy. And like that the intuitive message that I got, realizing that you're connected with all that is. You are connected all the time. You're not alone, and you have not been abandoned. Please do not feel that you have been abandoned, because you are not abandoned. Your guides are here for you. They're looking out for you. They want to give you this key. They want to also remind you that you are this key yourself. That you are the key. You are the key to your future and to your life. You are that leader. You are the one steering the wheel, so remember that and hush those voices by not listening to them. No more listening to those voices that pull you down, because they're illusions, they're lies. You hold the truth. And the truth is that you're valuable, you're meaningful, you're worth it, you're more than worth it. Okay? That's the message that I have for you, group number 2. I hope that it gave you some guidance and some clarity. Yeah, if you resonated with this reading, if you liked it, please like and comment. And if you would like to stick around for more readings, then please do subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me today, and until the next moment. Hello, seekers who chose group number 3, the lapis lazuli. Okay, so I will first begin this reading with an intuitive message, and then I will move into the tarot card to get the general energy, and then oracle cards to get clarifiers. Okay, so firstly, when I was connecting with the energy of this group, the first thing I saw in my mind's eye was this soft pastel blue color. Now, it did actually come out as like pigment, as like pastel, like someone drawing with pastels. And then I saw this like soft light coming in from above. It just reminded me of like a light from a skylight. Yeah, just coming in from above. And then I also saw these big windows, like if I was living in this loft and there was just these windows from ceiling to floor and natural lighting coming in. Art came up, sculptures came up, and also I was having a lot of tingling sensation around my forehead, between my eyebrows, where the third eye is located. It's like opening that third eye. And I see it also, the third eye, as expression of creativity. The message also of follow your heart, follow your intuition came through very strongly. So that's what I got intuitively when connecting with the energy of this group. Now, the lapis lazuli, when I look at it, first of all, it is the color blue. Blue is connected with the throat chakra, which has to do with self-expression, speaking one's voice, being authentic, speaking one's truth. But when I'm looking at this lapis lazuli, I'm just looking at it as like an abstract painting of sorts. Like, doesn't it look like just like a painting? And so I'm getting a lot of creativity and art with this group. It's just, if it's in form of self-expression, it's self-expression through the arts, through creativity. It's like allowing yourself to be when it comes to art. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here intuitively. Now let's look at the cards. So 2 tarot cards fell out for this one, and this is just to get the general energy of the message for this group. So the first card that came out is 4 of Stones, protection. Okay. I'm going to pull the 2 cards together. Okay, the 2 of Bows, decision came out next. Okay, so what I'm getting with these 2 cards is your spirit guides want you to come out of your shell. Come out of your comfort zone. You've been in there for far too long. You've forgotten about the stars. See how this little dough here is very well protective. But this rock here that's serving as roof is blocking all of these stars. And I see stars as dreams, as wishes coming true. I also see them as guides. And so I feel that your intuition, now also when I think of intuition, it also reminds me a lot of like creation, like your creativity, right? Because sometimes we get creative ideas, they come intuitively to us. And so it's like that closing of like your creativity, your creation. And kind of forgetting about that. That's what I'm sensing here. And your guides are telling you it's time to reignite that fire. And I see this with the Two of Bows here. See how this man is literally on fire. And how this fire, his own energy, his own vitality, his own passion is fueling these two rods. Now these two rods will later become bows. And bows in this deck are rod energy. They're fire. They represent fire energy here. So it's again the creativity, that passion. So like I feel like your guides are just asking you, it's time to revisit that passionate energy, that creative energy within you. And it's time to create. That's why I got like so much artsy stuff here. It's time to create. It's time to get out of your comfort zone. Maybe you've been doing something for a long time, or you had to put away your creative pursuits for the job that you're currently at or the life that you're currently living. You had to put it away for a while. And they're telling you, I think now's the time to revisit these old creative talents of yours and begin creating again. Because I see that new opportunities will come out of that. I see these two rods as they're rods that are a potential to becoming bows. And so your creations now might give fruit to something bigger in the future. And I'm sensing here that you've been getting quite a lot of ideas or messages, and like your guides are telling you, that's us sending you inspiration because we want you to start creating. Because like, I don't know, are you if you guys paint or write or do anything of the sort, like your guides really want you to know that you're very talented, that they love your work and they would like to see it. They really would like to see it again. Are like seeing carvings here? It's like that sculpting. Maybe you're a sculptor and they would really want you to revisit that again, because I feel that what they're telling me here is that can really become a career for you. If it's not now, it can become a career for you. And if you've been in this, like, what do you call it, like type of writer's block for a while, then that's coming to an end with this Two of Bows, this decision coming up here. I know it says decision, like making a decision on something, but I'm not really seeing it as that here. If it is a decision, I feel it's going to be in the near future or in the later along your life, because I feel that once you do start creating now, this will bring a lot of opportunities to you, a lot of offers coming into you. And then that's when the decision will have to come, because like, oh, which offer should I take? What should I pursue now? Because so much will come in, and all the things that will be offered to you will be in alignment with your passion, with what you're truly passionate about. I see a lot of passionate energy, even with this, like, I don't know, robe here. It's the color red, that passionate energy again. And and it's funny because we see the stars here that this little doe was ignoring by being in this comfort zone, by being in this sense of protection. And then we see the stars here. Like, this man has reached the top of the mountains to be even closer to these stars, to be closer to these streams. So if you've been hiding, or if you've been avoiding doing this because you fear that maybe you're not talented enough, or you feel being criticized, or you fear failure, your guides are telling you this fear is a form of, it's just it's you being in your comfort zone. I know the fear is real, but it's like the word excuse is coming to mind. And so they're like, stop with these excuses. Whatever reason you're giving yourself, like, oh, you know what, no, I don't have the time, or, I'm not really inspired, or whatever excuse is coming up, your spirit guides are like, stop it. Just try it. Go do something. Paint again. Just splatter some paint around. Start filling with your paintbrushes again, or with your clay, or whatever it is, or start just singing for fun, and then the ball will start rolling. The ball will start rolling, and you will slowly start coming out of this space. And then it's like igniting that fire again. Like, you'll slowly start coming out of this space, and then little by little, you're gonna intentionally start walking and running towards this mountain, because you're gonna realize that this is what you want, that this is what you're truly passionate about, and you want to reach these stars. You want to make these dreams come true, and your own fire will lit everything else around you up. Like, what you create, I'm seeing as the Midas touch, what you create will be a part of you, right? They will have this like fiery energy that you give off, because it's part of you, it's your creation, and so it will attract abundance. I see this as like being magnetic. So what you will create will attract the attention of others, and I'm seeing it as positive. But what you need to do is you need to come out of this comfort zone. They're like, it's time for you, Bambi, to get out there. It's time for you to get out there and to explore the world, to see the stars again, to remember, because there's a lot waiting for you. Because you are a creator. This is creation energy. Oh, you have so much of it in you. You have so much of it in you that you need to pass it on to other things, because if not, can you imagine this poor man will be completely like incinerate. Yeah, so that's what I'm sensing here, but let's get more clarifiers. We have gratitude. Let me put these up here. We have gratitude, we have goodness, we have healer, and we have joy. Okay. So a lot of cards came out for this group. We have gratitude. I'm seeing this gratitude, and with the goodness card here, it's like remembering you have wings. I'm seeing it as like the phoenix rising out of the ashes, especially with all this fire energy. So the phoenix burns, right? Like this man is burning here in order to rise out of the ashes. And that's what I'm getting here. It's phoenix energy. There's so much creative energy here, so much fiery energy. There's so much passion. And they're like, it's time for you. You've been holding that fire within. You've been calm like this little doe here. But it's time to ignite yourself, set yourself aflame, and it's okay, because you will rise. You will rise from this, like this bird. So it's all you need to do is remember you have wings, and you have wings because you were meant to fly. You weren't meant to stay here in this space. You weren't meant to be a caged bird. No, you're meant to be free and fly about, explore new places. I'm also getting like traveling here, exploring a lot of different places, going to different countries, exploring different cultures. It's completely opening yourself to all of the possibilities. It's seeing the world. I see this man on the mountaintop. All of this is waiting for you. I mean, I'm sensing artist energy here. If you're artist, like this is your, the guides are telling you this is your time to go for it. Because you will start building up on it. And then the offers will come in. The doors will open for you. But what you need to do right now is shine your light in order for that life, like your dream life, that dream life that you imagine as a child. If you wanted to be a star, the stars being represented here. If you wanted to be an artist, but you put that dream away because your parents or your family or whoever was like, no, be more realistic. With the 4, it reminds me of stability or grounding, of something concrete. So they'll probably be more realistic. Choose a career that's more realistic that you can actually do. And you're like, oh, okay, fine. And you chose something else that really didn't bring this passion in you. They're telling you, no, you know what? You can be what you want it to be. You can be that rock star that you want it to be. You can be that artist because you have it in you. You came in with the talent for a reason. So please explore it again. Shine your light. That's the message I heard intuitively. Follow your heart, follow your intuition, and that will guide you. See how this light is illuminating outwards, because that light will guide you. And I'm seeing again this light as like this fire being represented as something magnetic. It's like a beacon. You're a beacon, and then you call in all the resources or all the opportunities or the right people. It's like network. You call everything in to create the right opportunities for you to get where you want to get, to that mountaintop, to make those dreams come true. And with the healer card here in reverse, upright, I see it as shedding old skin, right? Evolving, healing, coming out from the past. In reverse here, I feel it's representing, echoing this protection card. It's this sense of, I'm protected here, I'm safe here, I'm good here. This is like, nothing can hurt me here. I'm fine. My life is okay. I'm stable. I have a stable job. I have a stable life. I'm taken care of. I'm being fed every day. I'm paying my bills. Okay, that's great, right? But with the healer card, it's saying, yeah, you're stable, you're safe, but you're not evolving. You're not evolving, you're not growing. Because your next step is coming into this authenticity. It's shining your light. And shining your light is showing those creative talents, allowing yourself to set yourself aflame. It's being this passionate individual, because I feel like you're containing your passion right now. It's like containing your flame, and you're like, whoa, why? It's like the sun. Right? The sun is this fire. It's this ball of fire. Imagine if that sun will try to contain itself. That doesn't make sense. And so you're this sun, you're this light. And you've been containing it for quite a while. You've been suppressed. Oh my God. And we have the sun being represented here in the joy card. I'm telling you, you are this light, you are this sun, and you've been suppressing it for quite a while. And maybe that's why you've been feeling, because I feel very like feeling small. If you've been feeling small all your life, it's not because you're small, it's not because you have nothing to offer. No, on the contrary, my friend, you have so much to offer. And the reason you've been feeling small is because you have not been allowing yourself to shine your light, to shine this bright, to leap in faith. And I see this as a magician, because you see how this carrying this stick, and seeing it as a wand. So it's like the magician is a creator. It's a creator I see also like the magician is very dramatic, like an artist of sort, like for like drama school or something. That might be something you're into as well. And it's telling you, please be that person, explore that creativity within you and shine your light, because you will be in the spotlight. I see this as being in the spotlight. It's also being magnetic, like pulling in, because the sun is like a form of gravity, right? It pulls everything, all the planets, it keeps them in orbit. So you will be attracting the right people, the right connections, to even allow yourself to be recognized. So you will get recognition for your work. Yeah, so yeah, if you have any creative talents, your guides want you to pursue them, to try them out, to start exploring that and building that skill, because you practicing that skill will prepare you for when these connections come in, when this recognition comes in, because then you will have more to put on the table, more to offer, more to show. Yeah. So they're like, it's time, Bambi, to come out of your comfort zone. It's time to lit yourself aflame and rise like the phoenix. And I see like the phoenix is also like this healer, like shedding the old skin. And it's evolving. It's going to that new chapter of your life. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. Now I asked for 2 more cards. Messages directly from your spirit guides. Messages of hope. So let's see what they have for you. They have the fox, number 11. Ooh, the number 11 represents for me like, it's like wish fulfillments and manifestations. Yeah, that's what I'm getting here. And it's also like a number of creation for me. And then we have this one, which is the roads. Now I don't read them according to the cards here, according to the books. I read them, give them my own interpretation. Now with the fox energy here, with the fox energy, I'm getting playful energy. Like the fox is it's known to be a trickster. And to be a trickster, you have to be very witty, very creative, right? So I get a lot of creative energy here. It's like coming out of this Bambi, feeling small, feeling like kind of, no, vulnerable is not the word. It's this idea of maybe like you can't do this, you can't go on this venture for whatever reason, not feeling enough for it. Against that idea of feeling small. And it's moving from this energy to this fox energy. Like this fox doesn't have a care in the world. They're gonna go for it, because they feel deserving of this spotlight. And that's like the energy your guides want you to fall into. They want you to acknowledge your talents and be like, yes, I have this. Like walk the walk. Talk the talk and walk the walk, because you can walk the walk, because you do have the talent to be in that spotlight. And with the roads here, I'm just seeing that. And we also have the sun again being represented here, which is like success for me. With the roads here, I see it again as various opportunities. It's like coming to that crossroad, right? And this I'm seeing like a checkpoint. In the video games, when you finish a level, you reach a checkpoint. I'm seeing this as, again, like you're moving forward. You're developing your skill and you will move on forward, and along your journey later on, a lot of offers and opportunities will come in. And that's when I feel you will come into this decision making. Like it's that crossroad. It's like, okay, now I can go different ways with this. It's like opening yourself. You see this little doe here, it's closed off. They don't see like how big the world is because they're kept in this small little space. But it's like, come on, little doe, get out of that space, because a whole world is waiting for you. And it's realizing your talents, what you have to offer now, will open so many doors for you. You can go so many ways with this. It will branch out into so many things that you never even imagined. But they will all be in sync and aligned with your passion. And then later down the road, that's when you will have to make a decision. And it might be hard but I don't see it as negative. It's just going to be hard because all of them are just going to bring you so much joy, so much, like I said, they will be aligned with your passion, with what you like to do. That you're like, oh my God, like, what do I choose? But this is just telling you, you can't go wrong with any of these. Because as long as it's you following your intuition and your heart, it being aligned with your passion, you seeing yourself, your reflection in this work that you're doing, right? It's like putting your essence in it, seeing yourself, like the results of your work. You see yourself, your reflection in that, then there's success in that, there's joy. And that's what's coming for you. But you need to move out of this space. You need to allow yourself, give yourself that opportunity to explore. Come into this energy of the fox. Believe it. Believe it because you have it. It's like, you go girl, or you go boy. Yeah, and then I see joy and success here. Yay! Yeah, that's what your spirit guides want you to do. Talk the talk because you can walk the walk. So that's all I'm getting here for you guys. I hope this message resonated. I hope it brought you some clarity, some guidance. If it did resonate, please leave a like or a comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. I do offer personal readings. If you're interested, all the information is in the description box down below. Thank you so much for joining me today. And until the next moment, bye-bye. Hello, seekers who chose group number 4, the clear quartz. So I will first begin with an intuitive message, and then I will move into the tarot card just to get a general energy for this group, and then we'll move into the oracle cards to get clarification. Okay, so in terms of the intuitive message, so what I got when I was connecting with the energy of this group, what I saw in my mind's eye was this like white line of light. And all I got from that is something is coming. Something's coming in. And then I got like a feeling on my hand, a warmth in my hand. It reminded me of tapping, of trying to call my attention. And this message of look up came through. And then like this, like a light came in my mind's eye, and it felt like the snap of the fingers, like somebody was snapping their fingers at me, which was again this message of trying to call my attention, because something is coming. Something is coming, and I don't see it as something negative or bad. Actually, with the line, that line of light, it's like, you know, when you see a doorway and the light is on the other side and you can see through the cracks, it's like that, the message of an opportunity. Something is coming in, an opportunity for you. And then what happened was that I felt like I was being lifted, like my body felt weightless all of a sudden. I felt like I was floating. It did not feel scary at all. It felt pretty fun and light, like I was ascending. Might mean ascension, because I felt a lot of energy, a lot of tingling in my third eye, like my forehead, between my eyebrows, and then I felt like I was touched there, or like marked. Yeah, and this golden light all of a sudden flashed in my mind's eye, like this bright golden light. So again, it's this idea that something is coming towards you, something bright, something positive, something big. That's what I got here with this message intuitively. Now the clear quartz. This for me just represents clarity coming in. So that might be also in regards to the third eye, or that opportunity. Maybe it might be in terms to a revelation or the truth coming in. That's what I'm getting here with the clear quartz. So now we shall look at the cards to see what they have to tell us. So 2 tarot cards fell out, and this is just to get the general energy of the message for this group. So we have the Page of Stones length, and we have 8 of Stones skill. Okay, so with the links here. Now, Page of Stones, this is the Page of Pentacles. This is slow moving energy for me. Now, the Page of Pentacles in the traditional tarot, it's this young man presenting this coin, which I see as an offer. And even the links here, this animal, see how it's coming out of this like tree, like the branches slowly. I see it as something coming in, and see how the lynx is coming towards you. It's something coming towards you, but the lynx is a very passionate, fun, and what would it be? Very it's out of your normal. It's some adventurous. It's an adventurous energy. It's something that's going to be completely different from your everyday. It's really going to like change your world, raise the volume up a bit. But it doesn't, the word risky came to mind, but I don't feel it's risky because we have the rock being represented here. And rock for me is stable. It's something stable. It's something grounded. It's something that can be long term. And with the 8 of stones here, skill, this is speaking of working on developing something, working on your craft, working on a skill. So if you have been working on something for quite a while and you have not seen any results for it, any fruition, your idea of success, I think the opportunity for that, like your breakthrough, is coming in pretty soon. And it's going to be in a way that you didn't even expect. Or like if you're a creator and you've been creating things lately, maybe you've been doing good, you have been gaining some recognition, but I feel that finally either someone's gonna recognize it, someone specific, and that's just it's gonna blow up. Yeah, like you're gonna leave your mark, like your signature, your mark. You're gonna be known. I'm seeing this. I'm pulled a lot to this hand over here. It's like your work is finally going to pay off. But I'm seeing it as an opportunity, but I'm also seeing very specifically in regards to a person. Also, if you have been trying to grab the attention of a specific someone, I see this as happening now. Like I see this as lurking energy. Like someone's been watching your creations. They're interested and they're finally coming in, and they're coming in with an offer. And this might be a breakthrough of sorts. Like, cause you see, like this man has been in this cave for quite a while, just working on this. So like I'm sensing that not a lot of recognition has occurred at this moment, because again, I see this man in solitude, just working on this one thing, on their skill, on their craft. But that recognition is coming in. Now I see 3 candles being represented here. Now 3 is very significant because 3 is the number of creation. It just like I'm seeing 3 as like creation, but like in terms of something big for this reading. Like it just feels big, like it's gonna blow up, and it's gonna be in a way that you didn't even expect. It's gonna come from a place that you didn't even imagine. Like you didn't imagine this unfolding it in the way that it's going to unfold. So if you've been feeling down because you haven't been getting the recognition, or I'm just getting like if you're a seller, of you create your own things, like my mom creates her little crochet little figurines, and they haven't been selling, they haven't been getting any attention, and you've been losing hope. You're like, oh, then what's the point of doing all this? Why should I continue? Your guides don't want you to stop. They want you to continue perfecting your craft, because this will come in handy later on. Because like I said, you will be leaving your mark. This is your signature. What you put out there represents you. So put in, like, keep working on it, keep practicing, keep perfecting your skill, because it will represent you. And again, you will gain that recognition. So you want to make sure that your skill really is a representation of what you have to offer, of who you are. Now we have the Mother card, the Earth Mother, and what's the other card? Vulnerability. Okay. Interesting cards for clarifiers. That's so much divine feminine energy here with the Mother Earth, Mother, and vulnerability. Divine feminine reminds me a lot of being vulnerable, being receptive, allowing oneself to receive. Okay, so with the Mother card here, we were talking about a craft, perfecting a skill. I see that with these eggs. Now, eggs here, I see them as priceless because, like I mentioned before in other readings, it reminds me of Easter. You know, the Easter eggs, you open them, there's prizes inside. So I feel like you will be receiving your rewards pretty soon. Like, I think this is just telling me you will be receiving your rewards. Also, it's like your what you birth, right? They're eggs. So it's like your creations, what you've been creating, what you've been birthing, right? I see that as someone, this is like your creations, and this bird is this lynx over here. Someone is going to be attracted to it. And it's just gonna come in, and then they're gonna want the whole thing. It's again getting that recognition. I don't know why I'm seeing like a specific someone. You're gonna call the attention of a specific someone that's really gonna help you put yourself out there into the public or to a bigger platform. Like, this person is gonna help you out gain further recognition, and that's gonna pull more people in to acknowledge your work. Because this person really sees the potential, really sees the beauty, the value in what you do. They truly, genuinely do. And so they come to help you out. Yeah. And I'm seeing this darkness as representing all that time that you've been in this cave, like that you've been in the dark, that people haven't seen you, noticed your creation. That's this darkness. Like, you've been in that dark, but this person is coming to lift that away. Bring in the light, bring in the recognition. They're just here to help you out. And again, this is like in terms of you trying to call the attention of a specific someone, I don't know why I'm seeing it like as notes, messages, seeing that with like these carving out. And then I'm seeing like these candles as forms of prayers or manifestations. I see that, yes, you will be calling the attention of this person through what you've been putting out there. So again, it's like just letting you know what you put out there. Make sure that it's a representation of who you are, because it will be representing you. Especially if you're trying to call the attention of a specific someone, because you want to get to know this person, or you want this person to recognize you, to get to know you, then you want to put your true self out there. And so in the messages that you put, the art that you do, whatever it is, you want it to represent who you are. Yeah, and with the Earth Mother, I'm seeing this as divine feminine energy, which is creation energy. And I'm seeing like a lot of creative ideas with the flowers sprouting out of her neck here. It's like thoughts. And then the pomegranate is, again, represents passionate, creative, and creation and fertility. So it's, again, creating. It's like birthing. It's birthing creations. And it's also with the vulnerability card here. Like I said, divine feminine means being open to receiving. So if you are, for example, a YouTuber or someone on Instagram, on social media, and you've been trying to gain audience, but you haven't, this is probably saying that open yourself to that. Maybe you need to come out of your cave a little more. You know, sometimes there's this fear, like even when we put ourselves out there. For example, I'm gonna put my 2 cents here. Like, even putting myself out there, I still have this fear, you know, of how am I going to be received, about comments. It's normal because it's putting yourself out there, is being vulnerable. It's showing, like I said, for being for a creator, it's putting a part of you out there for other people to see. And it's this fear of being judged, right? Like, what if they judge or they don't like what I do? It's gonna hurt, right? But it's telling you, well, if you put yourself out there, you have to be open. You have to be open to it, because if you keep yourself closed, then that's like telling the universe you really don't want to be seen. So that's why you can't like, people don't come in to see your work, and they're like, your guys are telling you, you need to be open. You need to allow yourself to be open, to be seen, so that you could be seen, and you could be seen by the right people who will help you grow, who will help you leave your mark. And I'm just seeing this as something growing, like I said, like, grow into something big. And even with this, like, flowers blooming, like this bouquet blooming out of her head, like from her neck, it just feels like that blowing up, like it will blow up. Yeah, and it's like, whoa, I never imagined this. And it's like filling your mind with compliments, because maybe you will be receiving a lot of compliments, a lot of positive commentaries and feedback, and it would just like, it's like this happy energy. That's what I'm getting here. And with these trees being represented here, feels like protection energy to me, like being protected. Like your work will be protected, because it's meant to evolve, it's meant to grow. And here it's like, I also see it as offering your heart to someone. So like I said, if it's someone that you're trying to grab the attention of, or maybe it's all of these things at once, then this is happening. Maybe like you want your work to be noticed, to gain a bigger audience, and maybe you have a role model or a specific person you look up to that you always wanted to like collaborate with, and that's the person that's coming in, will see your work, will collaborate with you, and like their like audience will notice you, and then you will gain your own audience. And this is like an offer. Maybe this is that offer, like, let's work together. But again, it's opening yourself to receiving this. Yeah, it's being in that vulnerability. Putting yourself out there, putting your work out there requires vulnerability. And being vulnerable is a very courageous thing. Not everyone has the courage to be vulnerable. And I know that putting something that you do yourself, that you create yourself, that you yourself birth, putting it out there to the public, showing it out there, requires a lot of vulnerability. It takes a lot of courage. So if you're doing that, I applaud you. That's like, wow. So just now allow yourself, open yourself to receive. You already took that one step. Take that next step, and success and recognition is coming towards you. You will leave your mark for the better. People will recognize you. Your talents will be known. Yeah, Spirit is encouraging you. Please don't give up. Continue on. Perfect your skill. It will come in handy in the future, especially if there's some collaboration or specific person you want to collaborate with. That will come in handy in the future. So keep on working. And then at this moment, you've been in the dark, right? Not getting that recognition, not a lot of people flocking towards you. It's because your guides are like, it's for a reason. It's because we want you to perfect your skill even further. Because when you do gain that spotlight, you'll be ready for it. You won't be stumbling or like, tripping on stage. You will be ready for it because you had perfected your skill already. So it's for a purpose. It's for a purpose. So trust the process, because you're going to get there. Now, I asked for one last card, specific direct messages from your spirit guides, a message of hope. And this is what came up. Ooh, it's the eye, okay? So I don't usually read it by its significance here, give it my own interpretation. So what I'm seeing here with the eye, first of all, we have the number 4, which represents stability for me. It's again this stability I was talking about. So it is something long-term. It is something stable. So yes, you're working on this. You're perfecting your skill, because it's like a seed. You know, a seed, when you plant it, the first way that a seed grows is downwards. And that's in the dark, right? Because that's under the soil. We don't see it. It's like this man in this cave here. He's in the dark right now. We don't see him because he's rooting. He's perfecting his skill, and perfecting his skill is rooting that seed. So then it can become something stable and grounded and long-term for when it does grow outwards. Then it can be in the spotlight, right? It will be sturdy and it will be firm. Concrete. And that's what I'm seeing is happening here, because in the future we see this eye. I see this as public eye. I see this as being recognized. I see this as being in the spotlight. This is what's coming toward you. This is your message of hope. So if you feel that your work is wasteful right now, that it's not gaining the recognition that it should, it's like these guys are telling you, you just wait. You just wait for what is awaiting you. You will be leaving your mark. You will be leaving an imprint in a lot of people. Your work will leave a positive imprint in a lot of people. So that's why we've been giving you this time to perfect this skill, because what you do is important. And it will impact a lot of people. So I see this as recognition, being in the public eye. Or this person, this specific person you've been wanting to attract, is seeing you. You've caught their eye. You literally caught their eye. You caught their attention. And they're coming towards you. They see value in what you do. They like it. They think highly and positively of you. And they're coming in with an offer. Yep. This is pretty cool, you guys. I'm excited for this group. This is pretty cool. Yeah, so that's all the messages I have for this group. I hope it resonated. I hope it brought you some guidance, some clarity, some hope. Please continue on your skill. Keep going at it. Don't lose hope. Success is waiting for you. If you like this reading, if you resonated with it, please like or comment. And if you want to stick around for more readings with me, Kim, then please do subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me. Oh, and I do offer personal readings. If you're interested, all the information is in the description box down below. Yes, thank you so much for watching, and until the next moment, bye-bye.